rhythm. Monk on the beat. Monk on the beat.
What is up, YouTube? My Cowboys family here, bringing you guys the latest update on our very own Dallas Cowboys. And of course, as always, thank you so much for coming through tonight. Take a second to hit like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, follow us anywhere and everywhere at My Cowboys Family, and of course, hop into the Discord. The link for that's in the description box down below.
Yeah, guys, we're back for another one here, another chat about our Cowboys. We took a night off yesterday, not any news really on our Cowboys. Anything we felt through the cracks from yesterday, we definitely picked it up today, amongst other things like our frontline protection here. As you can see, our top 5 guys on the offensive line. What's going to look like? We're going to discuss that and more tonight. But again, a quicker one, not a quickie like we had today, guys. We'll talk about that in a minute. But we are starting to put out some new videos in the next 10 days, a special from the wife, MCW here. And on one of those videos, baby, we actually had a $2 thanks. $2 holler by Dwayne Broussard with a thanks drop. A Go Cowboys, much love to him. As we open this up and see everybody who's supporting the channel here, part of the thing. Also, let's give a big shout out to a couple other people like Dwayne Broussard, not just for that thanks, baby, but he gave a $4 holler on our live stream earlier. It was a premiere video, yes. And then a $4 holler pre-stream here in the Go Cowboys. I'm pretty sure he did the Go Cowboy thing.
With the Go Cowboys, you know it.
Top dog, you know it. And also Jason Renfro dropping that $1 holler. It's a Go Cowboys from him.
You know it.
And don't forget, the man staying skeptical. Skeptical fan. Last month, the month of May, the gifting champion. We'll talk about that in a minute. The membership gifting. He had 24 last month. He's got 27 already this month. Actually 28 now with that last drop. I got to update the board. So much love to the man staying skeptical, who's second place on the overall board and first place currently with 28 gifted memberships and last month's champion on that this month's, I guess you could say, June's monthly gifting leaderboard. Over, I think he's up by 28 to 16 over Jason Renfro right now. Many others involved. Of course, the star level members. Skeptical fan, much love to him. Dwayne Broussard, also another star level member. Mary Alvarez, much love to her. And on the other side of the earth, in Australia, Lincoln Kane. Everybody repping that star and that star level membership crew. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. And now, baby, I know we went right over it, but let's give the shout out to those that are repping this week in full control. I'm going to tell you guys the winner at the end of this week is going to rep it for a special amount of time for 2 straight weeks here at My Cowboys Family. 2 weeks for the champion at the end of this week. We'll see what happens on Sunday. But first, the sponsor of the week, the man from Hawaii. He's also repping that stream boss. It's Mark Hovsepian. Much love to him.
Mahalo to you, Mark.
Yes.
He's not the only one. Representing around these parts, the Cash App King.
Yes.
We all know why he's here. Snug X representing. Thank you, Snug. Appreciate you, of course.
Yeah, Snug X. We know why. And again, Snug X making interesting, lovely comment. He's going to be checking out every single one of your special videos. Which again, that's why I kind of wanted you to say it. We guess you're going to talk about it in a minute.
Yeah, well, we'll touch on that in a second. But first,
but I want to say the leader right now on the board. On the Cash App side, it's, Jason Renfro with $1 holler in there. He's got that lead. On the overall board, it is still Marco Stepien trying to go back-to-back like our 90s Cowboys. Skeptical Fan in there in second, Dwayne Broussard in third, Snug in fourth, Mr. Renfro in fifth, and I think Aztec in sixth. Appreciate everybody here on the board this week as we continue through another week getting closer to training camp / preseason games / regular season games and beyond. So let's get this thing. Now, there's a couple quick ways. Outside of the super chat, and there's membership, of course, we've had since last month back in here with the family. But we also have the gifted memberships, which is a new feature. We just discussed that. And 4 other ways you can help the channel. If those ways don't suit you, there's other couple of ways, baby.
Yeah, there is, of course, the Cash App, money sign MyCowboysFamily, the Venmo at My-Cowboys-Family, your regular PayPal link for all our national and international friends. And last but not least, the Streamlabs link. It lets your comments show up on screen just like Super Chat would.
You know it.
So again, thank you to everybody. Much love. But yes, let me go ahead and touch super quickly on what you might be able to expect the next few days. I just had
2 weeks.
A little idea, and wanted to take advantage of the fact that obviously we won't be able to go live next week for at least a few days while we're spending some time with family. But there's still a few things that I wanted to touch on, or at least really get more of your thoughts directly. So. The next few days, make sure to at least, leave your comments and let me know what you guys think specifically about the topics we're discussing.
Yep.
And a little hint, who knows? Maybe some of those answers might feature in the future on a little bit of follow-up once we're back. So just throwing that out there.
Guys, remember, check out those videos, hit the like, watch them all the way, comment below. We'll try to hit them up, not just this week, but also into next week when we're more out of town. We'll still be hitting up those comments and trying to answer as much as we can. And then, of course, we'll be back, I think, next Friday night, But I'm saying we're going to be here this weekend, guys. We're rocking it all the way to Sunday, and then we'll explain what's going on Monday and beyond that. But we appreciate everybody in the house with us here tonight. Who's here down to discuss some Cowboy football?
We have Dwayne Broussard, the top dog himself. Nate Rosario, hello and hi. And, I already am a vampire. So, I'm
officially a vampire.
MCF is a vampire. You know why? You got to invite us into your home every night. You got to give us permission to enter your home, chill, relax with you guys, right? So thank you for allowing us. It's a pleasure. Anyway, Rolando Rodriguez in the house. What's up? Much love. We have Scorpio representing, which, by the way, Scorpio, I was going to say, I don't want to recommend anything stronger than beer, but I know if I had a water leak, you're probably just going to inject Bacardi 151 straight in my veins. Only way to get over it. Snug X. Thank you. What's up? Much love. Which, by the way, I think we got to do a little shout out here in a second. Big Boss Man, hello and hi.
We do have a shout out. Jason Renfro with $1 holler. You know what he's got to say, repping that navy blue, silver, and star. Going for that 6 over everything. He's dropping that. Go Cowboys. You know it.
There you go. Good timing there. Let's see. Thomas Garrett, the superior. Garrett. Mari Roberts, what's up? Much love. Let me see. Stephen White, hello and hi. Alonda Hanslu, much love to you.
Your favorite Miami Dolphin fan.
Yes.
The Cowboy husband.
Brandon James Shea, guys, make sure to give him a happy birthday in the chat.
Happy birthday, Brandon.
Happy birthday, man.
Go Cowboys.
Enjoy, take it easy. I hope you have lots of good cake. Let's see.
Kake.
Oh.
I just switched the pronunciation.
Cue ball, what's up?
This is a super late night stream, guys. I mean, we took naps so we can do this stream. Let's put it that way, so we can go strong here for this late night special.
Cactus G in the place to be. Yeah, I feel like it's a great cosmic joke that every time we go on vacation for work, you always have like 10 times the work you have to do beforehand. So it's
I know.
I'm trying to relax here.
We're all trying to relax, right? We're getting there.
Skeptical fan always staying skeptical. Kenzie Bands, hello. Coming through.
That's by the way, Skeptical fan. I don't know if I mentioned that. You gifted the membership. And Kenzie Bands back in the membership now. That's a 2-time winner there. So appreciate you.
Bruce got the toxic juice. Hello and hi. Much love. So yes, guys, let's go ahead. Jump right into it. But no, we don't.
Oh, what?
No, we can't.
There's a shout out to me.
Yes, there is
a shout out. Jason Renfro, right?
We do have to give a shout out to the man, the leader in the Cash App, if I'm not mistaken, Snug X, who just dropped a $20 holler.
That's a change.
Dropping some love
Definitely
for
changes
the
some
Go
things on the board here.
Cowboys.
SnugX is already on the board, but now he's really on that board. He is currently in second place now, officially. SnugX moving on up. Much love, and we know why he drops it, but he's also dropping it for that star. Navy blue, silver, and star. Appreciate you, Snug. Much love. Hey, by the way, I can't wait. I'm gonna be the wife and I this weekend before we go on our cruise. We're gonna be busting ass watching Black Mirror.
I know.
Season 6.
I actually asked him, like, please, no spoilers. I can't wait to watch it. So, and again, you guys are great about that kind of stuff. So, always much appreciated.
Yeah.
Real quick, Nate, I know you say it's a TV show, but at least for me, I could have sworn that was a movie.
Which one? What?
Growing up, My Babysitter's a Vampire or something.
Yeah,
I don't know. That means absolutely nothing
Yeah.
to you. I'm just saying that I thought I remember that being a Disney movie, but maybe I'm misremembering there. Oh, anyway, so yeah, it is definitely, summer is here, guys, and I'm sure we're not the only ones kind of melting here in Florida. All of our Texas friends are probably melting right along with us, if anything.
Much love to SnugX, by the way. Man, he is second place, first place as the Cash Apper. Coming for that back-to-back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Okay, sorry. No,
Go ahead.
You say something else. But
No,
yeah, I'm good on my side. Like I said, I think we touched on more or less everything here. And fingers crossed, guys, of course, we'll still be coming at you live these next few days and stuff like that. And we also have a few fun things planned for next weekend as well. So I'm looking forward to that.
And of course, the 6 years on MCF, that's 6 and beyond, that's July 1st. It's party night, right? Party night.
If it was a kid, it'd be in school already.
I'm telling you,
weird.
MCF's already, we're going on up, guys. So, Cowboys, this Saturday, we'll be going live, but the Cowboys are having their Juneteenth celebration presented by Miller Lite, and coming there to, I'm pretty sure it's going to be at AT&T Stadium, the Miller Lite House. Entry and parking free, June 17th from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. So keep that in mind, guys. And the Cowboys definitely getting fully involved on the Juneteenth celebration, which is a great thing there. And then also celebrating 2 birthdays today, back to back, right?
Oh.
You got yourself Rico Dowdle on offense, which, again, we got a video about him coming out here soon. We got everybody. The wife has a wide range of ideas about our team right now, and you guys better listen.
This is my little brainchild.
So happy birthday to Mr. Rico Dowdle, number 23 for our Dallas Cowboys, Jordan. But also to our rookie, Mozzie Smith. It's his birthday today, baby, officially. Rookie first-round pick, Mozzie Smith. Happy birthday to him. He's probably like 24. I mean, all these guys are a little older. Remember that. I'm not sure how old he is, but a lot of these guys are been a little older.
Like I said,
coming into the NFL.
I'm almost positive this is like the last year of like college kids kind of affected by the whole COVID shenanigans. Actually, I guess maybe this upcoming draft would be technically the last one for any freshmen that stayed on till their senior year. So just throwing that out there, because remember, guys, with COVID postponing or delaying things, we saw obviously a lot of players choosing to either enter the NFL a little earlier than they planned or staying back, and things got a little cuckoo. Anyway, that's all. Just wanted to mention that.
Dog days of summer, hot. Listen, I also
we're all roasting.
I also want to bring up baseball. Yeah, baseball for a second. Actually, it's funny because there's 3 different Cowboy relevant baseball things today. First and foremost, guys, the Dallas Cowboys are now a theme today. The theme color and basically you can say it's modeled. The Rangers, Texas Rangers, modeled their jerseys today. After the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, I wish the Rangers would have played in these things all the time. Of course,
honestly, it really does look like you took a Rangers jersey and a Cowboy jersey and kind of mishmashed them together.
Looks beautiful. I love it.
I have to admit, it's a really nice design.
It's nice. I love it.
Maybe we're biased.
Hey, check out Cowboys Mosh. He might have that. But Rangers Cowboy themed jersey, that was tonight. So check the highlights out there. You'll see it. And guess who was there, baby? Listen, we're going to talk more about this guy as I'm feeling it this year as it continues on.
Can I take a guess? I'm guessing it was Micah, just because Micah's basically been everywhere doing everything.
It was not. It was somebody who has been doing something. Actually, he was with Micah early in this training with the Von Miller camp. It's this guy, number 73, Tyler Smith. Everybody should watch this.
I love it.
Everyone should watch it because it is a interesting little warm-up and throw, but he was all business up there. He seemed he's always got the serious face on, so you can't even tell if he's having fun. Afterwards, just like, all right, whatever, it's over. Much love to Tyler Smith. He threw out the first pitch at tonight's, again, Dallas Cowboy-themed Rangers jerseys, Rangers, baseball jerseys today at the Rangers game. So Tyler Smith threw out the first pitch. Congrats to him. He did a good job. Got to the plate, all good. And, just kind of, we're going to talk more about Tyler Smith tonight. And I have a feeling maybe in your video, we're going to talk about, in your videos coming up, more Tyler Smith talk, offensive line, which is kind of what today's going to, kind of take place in more or less in that O-line, although it's going to be the whole team tonight. Tyler Smith, guys, I mean, I got to we cannot forget this guy. He's going to be, I think, just getting better, whether he's at guard or tackle. We'll talk about it. Now, but congrats to him on a great pitch there, opening pitch. Also, throwing the ball. Baby, guess who's throwing the ball out there? He's not a quarterback.
Okay, now is it Micah Parsons?
Trayvon Diggs. Trayvon Diggs. I mean, they compete. So
if I say Micah Parsons, eventually I'll be right.
Eventually, yes, you'll hit Micah. But Trayvon Diggs, again, not a big deal. There's some footage out there of him throwing a football, pretty damn good too, hitting the receiver in stride. Remember, he did take snaps last training camp in Oxnard. He took snaps throwing the ball to the cornerbacks. And he was the guy in charge of throwing the ball. He does have skill to throw the ball. At least not like a quarterback, but again, some people are saying maybe he's giving Dak Prescott run for his money. Either way, he's got a mean fastball. You can see him throwing like a pitch. He also throwing a great football actually as well. So surprisingly there, Trayvon Diggs, just kind of making the rounds there as he's trying to fight for that contract extension. Whether he's waiting it out or the Cowboys are pushing it to this way, either way, we'll see how that continues. No news on that right now. I
kind of appreciate the fact that we're not really hearing anything directly from Diggs' side, but he's also not, he's just kind of living his life. He's only missed
that, the 2 minicamp days. I'm sorry, he was back for that. He missed the 2 OTA, the 2 Thursdays he missed to the media. At least we know that, maybe more, but he was back from the mandatory minicamp. And again, we'll see what happens as the offseason continues. Now, let me get to unfortunate news here. If you guys don't know already, NFL news. We'll go to that. That was just kind of the intro stuff. Not really. It was Cowboy stuff, but it was kind of outside of football, right? We got baseball, we got stuff like that. So Ray Lewis III, guys, the son of Hall of Fame Ray Lewis Jr., dies at 28 years old today, guys. Son of Hall of Fame linebacker Ray Lewis. 28 years old, passed away. He played at Lake Mary Prep High School in Florida. He played college football at Miami, Florida, Hurricanes there, Coastal Carolina, and Virginia Union. Virginia Union coach said, great young man, had a better teammate. The entire Virginia Union University community is praying for the family as they deal with the loss of Ray. Most recently, Ray III played for the Wyoming Mustangs of the Champions Indoor Football League. He was pursuing a career in the music industry. We don't know what he passed away, but right now, what matters is sending the thoughts, condolences to the family, friends, coaches, teammates, and beyond. So yeah, very sad there. Ray Lewis obviously going through some real tough time
too, and obviously we don't currently know any details about what exactly happened there. But at 28 years old, obviously I can't imagine it was anything expected. So really feeling for his family there. And not just that, but not to say that they're necessarily local, but, Lake Mary, that's I think, closer to, I'm just saying, I think that's closer to Mosh's neck of the woods as far as, because I know that's, northern up on Florida, farther up there, but that kind of caught my attention, too, because, again, it, could have been any one of, your kid's friends or someone you knew, I don't know, just, it hits
sad
really
situation,
hard there.
Yeah. Definitely. So, again, thoughts to him and his family. Ray Lewis.
So exactly, actually, 28. That is very, insane, very young. And like I said, obviously, it sounds like this was extremely unexpected. So hopefully, his family is able to get through this as best as they can. So never easy.
Yeah, it must be the most impossible thing, losing a child. So, I do want to kind of change it up here to another loss, but this is completely different. And this is about Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown's gone haywire, right? But you know what happened, maybe, with the Arena League? They officially kicked out Antonio Brown's Albany Empire out of the Arena Football League. Now,
that was, I'm guessing, the team that he managed or owned or whatever.
First of all, Albany Empire, they are the champions of the back-to-back champions of the current league. They're the winners. Antonio Brown's ownership has been filled with scandal since he bought this team. He bought the team.
Yeah,
that's the reason.
Okay, so it's his
decision was reached by the Arena Football League after an emergency conference call of the members in good standing, were there to discuss this Albany Empire's failure to pay the league mandated bills, overdue assessments, other things like this. Each team is responsible to pay 1/7 of the league's operating budget on monthly, going off of monthly assessments starting in April. This was supposed to continue, start up in April. He hasn't paid anything, guys. The Empire's owner, Antonio Brown, on top of that, was also fined $1,000 for conduct detrimental to the league for his recent public comments. And he refused to pay that fine as well. So he's not paying fines. He's not paying mandated freaking portions that you have to pay for into this league.
I'm pretty sure if you don't pay your water bill, your water gets shut off.
Yeah.
If you don't pay your electric gets shut off.
You get kicked out of the arena football league.
And if you haven't finished paying off your car, guess what? Doesn't matter if you own it. They're still going to drive up and take that shit away. So
you don't own it officially,
Brown
right?
Antonio Brown is finding out, you do actually have to take care of the things that you own.
Well, he didn't do too well when he was on the field, throwing his pads and his helmet. Anyway, he didn't own those, I guess.
Yeah.
But after acquiring the Albany Empire team, back-to-back champions, by the way, Antonio Brown paid their entire April assessment. That's known. But then the team failed to make that May 15th payment. And before their game, which was in Orlando, by the way, the league was notified that the April assessment was being challenged. The payment was then credited back to Antonio Brown, so he actually got that money back that he initially paid, for the month of April, let's say. Then the league informed his accountant that you have to pay that, you still have to make these payments, and basically the accountant said that the league had attempted to collect delinquent assessments and that it was up to Antonio Brown to pay this. He never ended up paying these fines, all these assessments, all of this stuff. So basically, once the league was alerted of his intentions and refusing to pay any of this, an emergency conference call was set up earlier this week, I guess you could say. During the call, it was decided that they were going to give him till Thursday at noon to make the payment, and then he didn't do it. He actually said, F you guys, basically. And unfortunately, with not reading that deadline, they had to basically disband the team and kick him out of the league, guys. Basically terminated his membership agreement. And again, I want to reiterate, this team...
I don't think they have the ability to, for example, it's not like they can just take ownership away from Antonio Brown and just, sell it or give it to someone else. You can't really do that. But, so instead, they kind of went the other way. They're like, well, you can't manage a team that doesn't exist. They can't force him to sell it or get rid of it, but they can...
Kick him out of it.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
I'm assuming that's why they went the disbanding route instead of forcing him to give up his ownership stakes or however.
What's unfortunate is that now the team is kicked out of the league, officially kicked out of the league because of failure to pay. And again, they won the championship back to back. And again, he took over in April and just in 2 months he just destroyed that team, kicked them out of the league.
Again,
Crazy.
I feel really, really bad for the players and the staff that put in all the hard work and effort to go out there and win it, and then now they're the ones that get screwed. Can't help it that your boss is a shitty boss. Or
unfortunately, mental health. He needs to get some mental health treatment. Obviously, in my opinion,
I feel like with Antonio Brown, it's a little bit delicate because mental health treatment will only go so far if his mental is in a deteriorated state. AKA, if he already has some kind of CTE situation going on there, I personally don't know what kind of treatment would be able to help with that, considering what we know about CTE is that it is permanent brain damage. You can only really manage what happens afterwards. So, and Antonio Brown, I think even before that, was already someone who, obviously was experiencing lots of things in his life and in his mental state. Yeah,
we don't know. I guess... I don't know. I just think
Scorpio's I remember saying, "Bring Brown over here." Y'all gotta slap me sometimes. You know what?
We all say stuff like that. I mean,
interesting ideas sometimes that don't always pan out the way we thought they might. So,
listen,
it happens.
All you can do sometimes is just say your thoughts and see how it pans out. In the end,
if you admit you're wrong, is
in the end
9/10 of the battle.
I would not want to. If I was a Antonio Brown, guy wanted Antonio Brown here. And he didn't come here, and he's, doing this shit, then I'm happy that they didn't listen to me. I'm happy they didn't do what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? So, that's, as long as we're all in that direction, it's not about being right. It's about the team, the star, over everything, right? So, anyways, now in the NFL SVP Jeff Miller said some interesting stuff about the gambling policy. A lot of stuff kind of was leaking out about this. Remember, you had said that there were going to be some things coming around the corner. He said that guys are getting busted for placing non-NFL bets at the team facilities. And it seems like the players don't really get this. He said, quote, "There are lots of things you can't do at work that you can do at home, and this is one of them." End quote. Now, whether
that
you
is
like
a
it or
very
not,
clear,
yes,
reasonable way to explain it.
there's no in between. A player he can't help himself. He has to bet at the facility. You're gonna get in trouble. I don't want to hear nobody bitching about that, because that's stupid. You're dumb if you can't stop your. Oh, it's not fair. My rights. Fuck your rights. All right, you work for a company. They have certain rules. Follow them or leave the fucking league. That's it. It's just don't bitch about it. Don't want more. Own up to the responsibility, and then fucking gamble at home. It ain't that hard. And on non-NFL games, you don't take a rocket scientist to do this shit. If you got that problem, you got to do it at work. And you can't do it, whatever the reason you're not allowed. You got problems. You got, what I'm saying? You got gambling problems.
Exactly.
If you're a player,
there is a time and a place, and specifically with this, I think it's pretty easy to see why the NFL, wants that separation. It's one thing if it's, for example, like the weed rule, where it feels kind of dumb and stupid, so you can see why players basically say, like, this is dumb, we're going to ignore it. In this particular case, again, why would you want to involve your boss in any kind of implication that makes it seem like you're out here trying to, like, juke the game in some way or manipulate? I don't get it.
But in the end, it's about the shield. And that's why the NFL is strict about this. And they should be. Because if you lose that integrity, then no one's going to watch the game as much. That's just the way it was in basketball in the 50s. Mm-hmm. No one watched basketball then because there was a lot of scandals going on in college. And everything was point shaving and this shit. Yeah, so who wants to watch that? You cannot have gambling intertwined with football in that way. They have these guidelines. It's simple. It's not that hard for Listen, the players make out on this too. The players are getting some money from the gambling and these deals. This is part of the new CBA. So they can't bitch about it. This is the way it is. Too bad, so sad. So, anyways, the big issue... Here's what's crazy to me, though, baby. Right now, a player in the league lost... And they didn't say which player it was. Okay. One player in the league lost $8 million last year. Gambling. That's a guy who got problems. Right? Now, 6 key rules that he mentioned. Jeff Miller. 6 key rules. Tell me if this is too much for any player to handle. Okay. It's kind of like the Uber thing, and you see... what's his name? The guy from the Raiders getting a car.
Drive,
I mean, it just makes no sense. So, 6 key rules for all NFL players when it comes to the gambling policy. Number 1, don't bet on the NFL. Simple? I think that's simple, right?
Yes.
Number 2, don't gamble at your team facility when traveling on a road game or staying at a team hotel. So, anything related to the team, you don't fucking gamble.
I feel like that's the one that players might be a little bit more upset about, just because obviously, just throwing it out here, there's probably going to be other, sports or things going on during that time, and I could easily see a player fucking up and making a mistake or something.
If you are on, the team flight, you can't.
I know.
The team bus.
It's easy to
the
forget
hotel.
that you're at work when you're just, traveling to a location or something, but yeah, these guys are at work. They're at work.
Again, anything that's related to your team. If you're working out on your home, you're working out at the gym, you can gamble to your heart's content.
Yep.
So, another thing, which is basically a simple thing. About gambling, you don't have somebody bet for you. Even if you that's going to just make things worse.
Don't call home and tell your girl to put $20K on blah, blah, blah.
Don't share team inside information. Now we're talking about some tainting of the game, so
now we're getting to the no shit Sherlock part, but it does have to be said.
Number 5, don't enter a sports book during the NFL playing season. So just don't enter any place where you can bet. I mean, how hard is that? Come on. It should be even, again, either way you do this. Oh, Tony, there we go. Tommy Montoya with his comment for the month.
Ooh, much love, Tommy.
What did the man say?
And he said, "What's up, my Cowboys family? Good evening, guys, and Dallas Cowboys for life."
Welcome in, family. Much love to Tommy Montoya here. Twice in a row. Got the gifted membership. He's in that navy blue. Much love representing that and dropping him if you got him, right? Much love. And go Cowboys, Tommy Montoya. And thank you, Skeptical Fan, and Jason Renfro, one of you guys, gifted him that membership.
Mike Cardona throwing out there, I guess nobody learns from Pete Rose's mistakes.
I'm telling you.
The gambling history on professional sports while on the job.
I'm telling you. You had the 20s with the baseball and the Black Sox thing. You had the 50s with the basketball.
One of the few things that I knew about Michael Jordan, or at least, one of those weird random rumors that always get spread around, was that supposedly one of the reasons he came back to even playing basketball is because he had a crap ton of gambling debt or something like that. Now, again, I don't know how true it is or not, but it's one of those things where I could go up to any random person, and they would probably know something about what I'm saying here. Like, oh, yeah, I remember knowing about that or hearing about that.
Yeah, a lot of that, I think at the time, if I remember as well, because I remember actually living through that and hearing it, I know that Michael Jordan, basically, suppose he had a lot of debts from golf that he had bet up with people, and supposedly that's why he initially had left basketball, because the mob supposedly was after him, and they killed his dad, something related to that. Exactly. So that's kind of what the story was on that. But
my
who
point
knows?
is that even one of the most famous professional athletes of all time currently, is still somehow like getting mixed up in like dumb gambling stuff.
Yeah.
That I think that just goes to show you that whether you have like $200 million or $200,000, like this is going to be an issue.
So yeah, again, like Jordan, we just heard that. Again, you can't enter a sports book during the NFL playing season, and you can't play daily fantasy football. You doing fantasy football? Don't do it anymore. You want to play fantasy football? That's one of your things you can't do on your job. Boo fucking who? You know what I mean? Like, okay, give me $2 million to kick the ball. Give me, $1 million to snap the ball, and I won't play fantasy football every year. I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say none of those there sound like anything
Nothing unfair.
that I would stay up at night crying over. And I can't remember who was it that said it here. Like, just do what Dez did, right? Yeah, Scorpio said, be like Dez. Gamble when you retire from the NFL. Like, the second you are no longer an NFL employee, please, by all means, join every fantasy league and do all the things you want.
You also have literally like 5 months. 5 full months, basically. I mean, outside when you're in the facility, I guess, you just don't gamble. When you're at home, go home and gamble throughout. You can gamble any sport during the off season. Like, you can gamble. It's okay. So again, that's look. We're not gonna go into this anymore. That's just they making it clear because some players are not getting it through the thick skulls. A player lost $8 million last year total bets. We don't know who it is, and there's gonna be more names coming down. Just hope it's not any Cowboys. That's all I'm hoping for.
And yeah, Ashley Simmons. It's actually kind of funny because I've been in a casino, but I've never actually technically
that might change
gambled.
next week.
So next week I actually am gonna
Maybe,
go over there with $10 and play
slot
some
machine,
blackjack
right?
or slots or something. So, just to say I did it. Gotta get that off the bucket list, right? So, and yeah, you see Thomas Garrett and Snug, they both said, like, yeah, I remember the whole Jordan thing in the 90s with the debts. So that's, I don't know, to me, that is a big deal. It's not like, NFL player, NBA player. No, it is, again, hands down, the most famous athlete. So
yeah, involved in a life-changing situation, possibly. Again, there's a lot of rumors. Mob, he had a lot of large debt to the mafia, so he had to. I don't know. I don't know. Who knows what's true or not? But some of that probably is true somewhere in there.
Right. So Ronaldo Rodriguez said, "Well, Herm Edwards always said, don't press send." So Mike Aldana said, "Play DraftKings while off the clock."
There you go.
That's
not
what
hard.
I'm saying. They do. It's not like they're completely limited from betting or doing anything. Obviously, they're much more restricted. Side note, like, what? Again, why are they so focused on this stuff? I don't know. I'm just not a gambler, so maybe it's just me. But
yeah, I just
don't
get a
want
rush
to hear
and
Dallas Cowboy player implicated in gambling bullshit. That's all I don't want.
If they do, well, if any Cowboy is found to do the gambling that's been going on here, then the Cowboys will probably lose that player for the entire year. That's major. You don't want to go on that.
That's why Mr. MCF never bets on the Cowboys. So
bad luck.
Yep. Every time you bet on them, they lose. Every time
the last
they'll win.
shitload of games, the last decade we have attended games, we've won every single one. So
yes,
I'm gonna try to keep that going this year.
That's a gamble I think we're willing to take, though.
Yeah. So now let me keep it going here. We have a lot to go now. Now it's a lot. Not as little as I thought we had. So let's keep it rolling here. Supplemental draft. We always talk about the supplemental draft, and we used it with Walsh at the quarterback spot some years back, and they've been doing this every year, right? If you use a supplemental pick in the 5th round, you lose your 5th round pick. Keep that in mind. So for that following year, so the supplemental draft is officially back. And I'll say what that means in a minute, but it's back Tuesday, July 11th. Supplemental draft is scheduled for that day. Prospects must apply with the NFL League Office for eligibility. The main name you want to follow there is Milton Wright. He's been approved. He's a guy you want to follow. But by the way, the NFL has not held this event since 2019. 2020 was COVID, and then they haven't had a supplemental draft in the NFL since 2019. So 2020, 21, 22. Now in 2023, the first time it's back. And again, Milton Wright from Purdue, wide receiver. He's the hot name for this thing. We'll see who goes and bites earliest. Someone might go 2nd round, 3rd round, 4th round.
I know you might not necessarily remember this off the top of your head, but when was the last time the Cowboys grabbed a player for the supplemental draft?
I don't remember if it was Steve Walsh, but Steve Walsh is the most known one. Quarterback. The year we drafted Troy Aikman, we drafted Steve Walsh.
Okay.
And Walsh,
And he was a supplemental draft pick?
Yeah, and he gave us our first win. Our only win that year with Aikman as our starting quarterback. Aikman got hurt, and then he was benched, I think, for Walsh, and Walsh came in there and and beat the Washington Redskins at the time. So, our only 1-15 record that year.
So, Orion Files, what's up?
And Aikman took over, and that was the rest of the story.
That's actually a good point, too. Getting Money said gambling on stats is common. Like, I'm going to bet, this player gets 10 catches or something. You see, that I feel like is a little bit more on the neutral side as far as, betting on the Cowboys. I would feel more comfortable saying, I bet we get 3 touchdowns in this game than to say, I bet we're going to win.
Yeah, but
that feels a little different to me.
For a player, though, again, I know we all understand, a player could not do that.
Yeah, of course.
A player could not do that, and I'm just saying, but they could do that they could predict if they think Curry's going to make 10 free throws in this game, You can do it in any other sport. It's not NFL football. I think even college you can't do it. But just think about the 6 months of football being on the airwaves. Just don't bother betting. Just don't bother betting on football. Or anything, really.
The good news is, from all the kind of little bits of info that's trickled out, most of the reason players are getting busted for the whole gambling thing is because they gambled on team facilities. I have not heard about a player gambling on something he wasn't supposed to or any of the other rules. Do that shit at home. That seems to be the biggest point, right? So,
We'll keep it rolling?
Yes.
All right, let's keep it rolling. Guys, so let me go through a little bit of information here when it comes to the discussion we had on our last show. Not last night, because we didn't have a show, but 2 nights ago, and that was involving Stephon. Sorry, baby, I covered you up. There was Stephon Diggs, the brother.
That's okay, I still look
older brother. Of course you do. Older brother of Trayvon Diggs. So, of course, we know there's an issue. There was some fighting going on there behind the scenes. So, here's the deal, guys. Stephon Diggs ended up showing up at the Bills' second day of mandatory minicamp, which we assumed it would happen. Bills coach Sean McDermott said there's a lot of things out there. Jason Renfro, he gifted membership here to Clark Kent in the house.
Jason Renfro,
much love to Jason with that 5 on it.
Thank you. And Clark, motherfucking Kent, shout out to you. Guys, to everybody, drop them if you got them. Actually, let me take a quick little 30-second commercial break here, so to speak. Take a second, hit like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You guys can follow us on all social media at MyCowboysFamily. Hop into our Discord. The link for that's always in the description box down below. And, of course, thank you to everybody here hanging with us, like our sponsor of the week, Marco Seppian, our stream boss, Marco Seppian, and the Cash App King,
Boom,
Snug X,
who's also the leader of our Cash App, and Marco Seppian is the leader of our overall board. So much love to those guys. Again, can't do this without you guys' love and support. Hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell like the wife said. Let's keep it rolling here, baby. So as I get back to this, you saw me put up there Stephon Diggs, right? Receiver for the Bills. There, you see him. If he becomes a Cowboy, look what happens, right? Of course, Trayvon Diggs' brother wanted him here in Dallas. The point is, what happened with this situation? I'll explain. Sean McDermott, the Bills head coach, said, quote, "There's a lot of things out there that aren't accurate. Let me be clear. Steph did everything he was asked to do. He was here on Monday, executed his physical on time. We got to a point yesterday where we felt like we all needed a break and some space." Interesting. All right. And then he said that this conversation picked up after practice. Said, quote, "It was not like Steph was leaving unexcused. He was excused by me. And those conversations have gotten us to what I think and I believe is a great spot. And sometimes you have to have conversations. I appreciate Steph being willing." End quote. So take that as you want. Sounds like he was
this came
upset.
out of nowhere, in my opinion.
Sounds like McDermott, he didn't like what McDermott was telling him at practice. Is what it feels like to me. And McDermott said, "Go home." However that was done, So I don't know. That's what it feels like to me. But remember, guys, I talked about it the other day. I wanted to make sure we dispelled any possibilities. This picture you're seeing of him, at least this year, Stephon Diggs and a Cowboy, ain't never happening. I like this picture better, anyways, without him, with
honestly,
the wife there.
I have to admit, Stephon's giving me major malicious compliance vibes. I mean that in a good way, right? Because McDermott said, "Go the fuck home," then. He's like, "Okay." And then he went the fuck home. It's like, I'm not really sure what happened there as far as, the relationship and why things seem to be a little bit contentious with Stephon Diggs and the Bills, whether it's the coaching staff or the front office or whatever's going on there. But it does bring to mind those comments that Trayvon made a few weeks / months ago, saying "Oh yeah, Stephon,
get over here
in
Dallas,
play with
right?
me. Let's be the Diggs duo or whatever."
Well,
at the time we're all like, "Yeah, that's bullshit. There's no way it's gonna happen." And obviously, I don't think it's gonna happen, but I feel like I'm just saying, it's still surprising just to see that maybe he's just not as happy in Buffalo as I think we maybe thought so. So I'm
Yeah.
assuming it behooves the Bills to find a way to keep
Well,
Stephon
again,
Diggs
I went-
happy.
I went over
if
it
they want
yesterday.
Josh Allen to be happy too.
I went over it yesterday a little bit, and I think I missed something about it yesterday. I got Stephon, or 2 days ago. Basically, Stephon Diggs, he is getting high hits on that salary cap. I think it's only really a 1 year hit. After that, he could be released with only like $1 million of dead cap because of the team. So he could be gone next year after this full season as a free agent, or tradable in that sense, I guess. But there's a lot of cap hit if you pick up that contract. So sounds to me, is this heading to me more of a release next year than anything else? Trading, no one's going to trade.
I know, and like I said, if that is the case, I don't think that's the way that you necessarily want to end your possible last year here, especially if this is kind of his audition tape for whoever his future employer is too. Like,
Yeah.
it's
not a good look if he gets. Listen, it doesn't look good for him either way. I'm going to be honest going forward.
I know.
saying.
So Cactus Dude's like, oh, Diggs is a drama queen.
Yeah,
Not ours.
that's true.
Theirs.
That's true. That's true as well.
Is
Now-
he the older brother?
Yes, he is.
Okay, that makes sense.
So now I do want to keep it moving because, again, Stephon Diggs, guys, is not going to come to Dallas. At least not now this season, and we'll see what happens in the future, but not looking towards that direction as of this moment, in my opinion. It's better that we just...
But both Diggs brothers are clearly looking for their contracts.
we need our Diggs paid, and we got Brandon Cooks this year. There's no DeAndre Hopkins. There's no Stephon Diggs coming to Dallas. We got a guy already here. His name is Brandon Cooks. That guy's doing that job now. We got to have the number 4 guy step up. We'll see who that is. I know that's one of your... Always, one of the guys that we always talk about is Jalen Tolbert and Sibi Fehoko. Who's going to win that 4th spot? Actually, one of the guys got to step up, in my opinion. We're going to talk about stepping up for this season in a real quick way in a minute here. But let me just finish the NFL news because we get back to our Cowboys here in a moment. The Colts, 5th round pick, safety Daniel Scott, tore his ACL on the last play of the... you're in helmets and shorts here. The last play of OTAs. That happened last week. He was placed on the injury reserve today, and he is out for the season. So just tells you how dangerous this crap can get, guys. They could slide in their cleats, and that could be your season. So I'm knocking on wood over here on this side of the microphone. You know what I mean? Every time I see that, I go, uh-oh. Now, last piece of NFL news. You guys know Malik Collins, right? You do, of course. You know Malik Collins, formerly of the Cowboys. Mm-hmm. The Texans, they've had him for the last couple of years, and they hit the jackpot with him, I'm going to say. The Texans are re-signing defensive tackle Malik Collins. They're giving him a 2-year, $23 million extension. It includes $20 million guaranteed, and this deal was negotiated by the Texans GM Nick Cassiero, Director of Football Administration Andrew Brown, and, again, his agent Drew Rosenhaus and Ryan Matha. So just want to say, Malik Collins, got to give it up. Congrats to him. He's been a key part.
Another long,
former Cowboy.
I was going to say a long and historic list of Cowboy players who do really well once they move on from us.
27 years old, Malik Collins. Still young,
got
right?
A lot of juice.
Has been a key part of the Houston defensive line, so I'm sure Eastside Harold's happy about that. But he's been part of their D-line for the last 2 years. He reached career highs in sacks, which only 3.5, but he's coming from the inside. And tackles, he had 37 this past season. Now he's extended for another 2 years. Let me just add one last thing. A little note. Of course, you guys know Malik Collins was part of the Cowboys' 2016 draft with Dak, with Zeke, and many others. Anthony Brown. You guys remember that draft, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, so Malik Collins came from that draft. Another success story, I guess you can say, even though he didn't succeed with us. He had too many injuries and didn't have consistency with Marinelli. It is what it is. So congrats to Eastside Harold.
Lots of factors going into that one.
Now, today's a sad day. Today marks the 10,000th day since your, and everybody's out there, Dallas Cowboys last won a Super Bowl. We told you guys it'd be about 2 more weeks, right? Well, here it is. 10,000 days since the Cowboys have won a Super Bowl. Last time we won it, January 28th, 1996. That's the next day after the Super Bowl. 27th when we won, 28th till June 15th, now June 16th, 10,001 days, I guess, 2023. And the Eagle fans are posting this like they won the Super Bowl, the Eagles. They said, in 27 years, 4 months, and 17 days, Cowboys have a 5-12 playoff record, 15 non-playoff seasons, 7 first-round exits, of course, 0 divisional round victories, 0 NFC championship berths and victories, 0 NFC championships, and 0 Super Bowls. I don't like saying this, but it is facts. But it's also throw facts at these motherfucking Eagle fans, which we know, basic mathematics, right? 5 is greater than 1. Let them cry a little bit. congratulations to the Eagles on taking 18,775 days to win their one and only ever Super Bowl. 51 years, 4 months, 25 days. Now, since then, since they got their first Super Bowl, they've had one runner-up placement there. We're losing to the Chiefs last year and 0 Super Bowl wins. And by the way, of course, it's still 5 is greater than 1, motherfuckers. Also, I just want to say, I mean, there's also another little. I'll actually continue this on some Cowboy stuff.
I just wanted to throw out here too. I would rather go through a 1,000-year drought than consider us winning. I'm just saying, like, we can go through a 1,000-year drought and then win a Super Bowl, and I can tell you right now, you'll never catch a Cowboy fan eating shit.
Yeah, you never see him eat any kind of shit, horse shit, which is what they did, and other kind of shit. Yeah, that's a typical Eagle for you guys. So again, 5-1. Still, again, that's the Eagles. I'm going to say this about the Niners. Why not give them some shots? You know they're talking shit too. It's been 10,365 days. You guys know why? 365 extra days, because the last time they won a Super Bowl was a year before us, for our last Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. So, again, where's that post at? Why don't anybody care about that number? Oh, yeah, because we're the Cowboys. They love to hate us because they ain't us. You know what it is. Now, let me just give you some Cowboy facts for our team. They want to talk about shit? Oh, we'll talk about some shit here. Several things with Cowboys still is true on this dark day. Still a true thing. The Cowboys are still America's team. Cowboys have won their last 3 Super Bowls. No other team can say that. No other team can say that we won our last 3 Super Bowls that we've been in. Oh, the Cowboys are the only ones, by the way, that's done that. The last, that's still around. Cowboys are tied for second in overall Super Bowl appearances with the Steelers. We got 8. They got 8. The Cowboys are tied for third in Super Bowl victories with, of course, the Niners. They still haven't passed us. We give them 27 years. They still haven't passed us. Oh, by the way, I just want to say one last thing about last year's Super Bowl, this past one with the Eagles and Kansas City Chiefs. Trophies received at Super Bowl 57. We know the Kansas City Chiefs won, but the Super Bowl trophy, Dak Prescott won a trophy, the NFL Man of the Year. Philadelphia won 0 that day. I'm just saying, go Cowboys. Fuck Philly. That's all. I just want to throw those facts. We want to throw facts? There's some facts, Cowboy family. Spread the joy.
By the way,
spread the word.
Do you think that we are keeping up with the Eagles, so to speak, well enough to know these things off the top of our head? No. But the Eagles, we basically live rent-free in the Eagles' heads so
all
bad
the
that they sat there counting down their calendars till this day, and then we're turning around like, who even are you? Like, you don't even go here.
You're not even in the same ballpark.
So.
Not the same sport.
Oh, man, you crack me up, landlord from Wakanda. He's like, F the Eagles, F that Raggedy Bell, F Meek Mill, F the strip clubs for having the worst strippers.
F Will Smith.
F cheesecakes, F Will Smith, F the cupcake schedule from last year,
F
Howie Roseman.
Exactly, F them all. F Philly. Fuck Philly. Hell yeah. Anyways, I just thought we had to combat that bullshit out there on this bad 10,000 days. I know, it's hard. It hurts all Cowboy hearts.
Right?
But still,
Cowboys have lost more Super Bowls than the Eagles have ever even been
exactly.
to.
Eagles don't even know. The Eagles, they've been to 1, 2, 3, 4 Super Bowls. Oh no, we haven't lost that many. We've lost 3 Super Bowls, right? Yeah. So we actually, they've been to more Super Bowls than we've lost, and they've lost 3 of them, and we lost 3 of them.
Snug, so. That's exactly how I feel. He's like, if you're watching us that hard, you're a fan.
And you love to hate us because you ain't us. You love that star. We representing it over everything, baby. Now. Let's get into the goods here as far as role. This whole thing is kind of a mixture. The offensive line topic and stepping up is basically the same thing because a lot of offensive linemen in this. But, baby, here's the thing. I need to know who do you think? I'm going to throw out a bunch of names. It's really quick. I'm not going and diving into each one of these guys. But I'm going to throw out some ideas here of some people that I think need to step up this year in 2023. Now, McCarthy talks about rookies. He talks about these rookies or these guys making a jump into their second year. Talked about it with Terrence Steele back a couple years ago. Talked about it a lot with Jalen Tolbert, Sam Williams, and other guys. Jabril Cox with the injury, right? It's 2 years removed from being a rookie here. So, like he said, some of these players don't make that jump in that second year. Some of them happen the third or the fourth year, right? Sometimes it never happens. But Last year, for example, every year there's players that got to step up. Who stepped up last year? Do you remember who had to step up? Tony Pollard stepped up.
Oh, yeah, in a big way.
Connor McGovern stepped up at left guard.
Yeah, I was going to say Tyler Smith was actually the next name I was going to say. And I know,
in
a different situation.
Yeah,
I know,
Tyler
but
Smith,
I think he stepped it up too.
Big time, I agree. Noah Brown, though, the guys that are like, you didn't expect, that didn't, Noah Brown had to step up as a third receiver. He stepped up to an extent. But again, I'm just saying, they stepped up. These are guys that kind of had to make that jump.
Even I admit Noah Brown did more than I expected. But I mean that in a good and a bad way, right? Like, he fucked up more than I expected, but he also did better than I expected too, I guess.
So the way that this roster sits right now, baby, there are opportunities for a lot of players to make an impact in this season and to play larger roles. Larger roles than they did last year. Let's be real. So 12 Cowboys, 13 Cowboys, 15 Cowboys. I'm going to name you a bunch of Cowboys that I think are going to have bigger roles in 2023.
I mean, the first name that comes to the top of my mind, Ferguson. And I know, and obviously, look, I'm not trying to jump ahead of you or skip your list or anything like that, but to me, Ferguson, especially with the whole Schoonmaker,
it's almost a no-brainer, right?
It feels like he is the guy that stands to benefit the most from this situation. If he can go out there and take advantage of the opportunity that's right in front of him, he could end up the next Jarwin or Schultz in the sense that he stepped up when others were not able to and basically said, "This is my job now."
We're gonna hit him up real quick. Good guess though. Better guess by Snug X with that 2-0, that $20 Tony Pollard.
Woo.
Holla right there. Much love to Snug X.
Tony Pollard stepping it up. Much love, but
he's got Snug. What is that? 64 points on the Stream Boss. Snug X. I mean, Marco Seppian down to 64 points, and Snug X still in second place, but again, he's like 5 away from first place. Marco Seppian, I think. Yeah, he's up by 4 right now over Snug X. So much love to Snug. What do you have to say, baby?
He dropped some love and a Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys.
Woo.
Much love, Snug X. We know why. It's the Navy, Blue, Silver, and Star, and also not MCF, but MCW. I get you. Now, baby, let me throw out these names for you real quick. I'm gonna go all over. I'll start on defense. All right, we'll start defense. Deron Bland got to still continue to step up. He had a great year last year, but imagine him at the slot spot stepping up. He was ranked when it came to the PFF numbers in the slot. Deron Bland, among the 44 cornerbacks that played at least 110 snaps last year in the slot, coverage snaps, Deron Bland ranked 10th. He's the 10th best slot coverage corner in his rookie year.
It's only up from here.
And that's what I'm saying.
I love it.
Imagine a second-year leap from him. Woo! So, that's one guy there. Damone Clark, baby, your guy. Damone Clark did not play in the first 7 games last year for us, but he worked back from that spinal fusion.
And then he came back and said, "Hold my beer."
Yeah, he basically kicked Anthony Barr off the team. Leighton Vander Esch and him are going to be the starters. 5-5 and 3-3. Yes, 33. Not Tony Dorsett, but Damone Clark and, of course, Leighton Vander Esch. They'll be starting in the inside. So, baby, I think a guy who definitely has to step up. I mean, if he takes a bigger step, it's just going to be the sky's the limit for guys like him. Now, what about, let me see, any other defensive players I have on my list? Chauncey Golston. He's on the brink there. I think he's playing, defensive tackle, an edge.
He's showing some flashes.
Yeah, he's going to get pushed, though. He's going to get some. He's going to have to work for this one because Vilemi Fehoko, right? Junior Fehoko, the guy we just drafted, right. He's going to be making the move inside. He's kind of doing the inside-outside thing. So,
and he might be the favorite in a lot of ways since I think that he was, a little more personally handpicked by Quinn.
And Golston was the 3rd-round pick in 2021. So I think Quinn was here for that.
I'm not saying that Quinn didn't have an influence, but even we can admit that our coaches have a lot more say in the players we're bringing in now than even last year and the year before.
But I think Quinn's got these guys coming in. Golston's getting pushed because he needs to be more productive. So Golston got some talent, got to be more production from him. Israel Mukwamu. Now I think he's a guy who's playing fantastic at the end of the year in the slot. He has that versatility, that flex that our team likes. The front office loves to use a guy for 2 spots, but it's more about.
I was extremely surprised the way he stepped up.
Yeah, but the way Quinn used him is the key there. I mean, he put him in that slot spot, and he did step up last year. Can he keep that going this year? Again, we got Curse, we got Wilson, we got Hooker. They're the starters, guys. You got Marquise Bell hiding back there, but Israel Mukwamu is number 4 on this list, and he's gonna, he's making the team. It's more about how much more he's going to be used this year if needed, right? If one of these guys falter or get hurt. So I'm just saying we got to keep all things open here and all possibilities open. I think the last guy on defense, Sam Williams, no-brainer. I've been talking about him for a while. Again, 4 sacks and 10 tackles for loss in 15 games with about 22, 25% snap count there. But again, Micah, DeMarcus Lawrence, Dorrance Armstrong, Fowler, they're all in front of him right now. He's going to eat some snaps off, some snaps away from these other guys. I think Armstrong's going to lose some snaps. Fowler will lose some snaps. So you give him some chances, he'll be more productive out there. I'm looking forward to him. Now, on the offensive side, baby, Matt Walesko. To me, he's the guy I'm watching the most stepping up because he might have to start at right tackle this year in the beginning of the season before Terrence Steele is back fully. If Tyler Smith, and Terrence Steele are all healthy, Walesko's our swing tackle, and he has time there to work into that, right? He won't be needed that much, at least not until Tyron Smith goes down. But the offensive line health has been the biggest issue, and that's why I'm going to talk more about the offensive line in a little bit. But to me, he will be at least Walesko will be at least a factor in the swing tackle spot at some point in the season. Now, I'll go offensive line. I'm going to stay offensive line. Josh Ball, a guy who has to stay. He's playing that left guard spot again. You talk about the two openings. These guys are playing those two open spots right now that I'm talking about. So, 4th round pick in 2021 with Jabril Cox, who was another guy. It's got
that one to me feels like the one with the most pressure on it. Personally.
I agree. He only played 41 snaps last year after not playing any snaps in his rookie year. So again, he got drafted as a tackle. Now he's been getting worked at guard at the minicamp for that spot that McGovern's gone to, right, in Buffalo. So the Cowboys going to have to see him produce something or he's going to be gone. Josh Ball is going to be chopped balls by the end of the season. So I'm just saying he's got to make a move here. Now you talked about the tight end position. And Jake Ferguson is my guy, needs to step up. I mean, Hendershot, great. He does his little thing. He's going to be our third tight end. But Dalton Schultz gone. Jake Ferguson, to me, is going to be the de facto starter. Some people think it should be Schoonmaker. He's a second-round pick, but he might not be ready. That foot issue, the boot, he's out of the boot, but you never know if that plantar fasciitis can sneak up at any time. So Luke Schoonmaker has not done enough. So now Ferguson's got more than a big chance here to get in there and make as much as he can with his starts, with his snaps. And again, I think he only started 8 games last year. 8 games he started. He's going to probably do the whole season this year, starting-wise. I think Ferguson's our starter, and it's up to him to lose
Sometimes opportunity knocks at like 3 in the morning.
Exactly. So we just go live at 2 in the morning. No. So now we got the last...
Completely unrelated.
Exactly. Let's flip the running back real quick. Malik Davis. He's going to be on that borderline there of making this... of course, Ronald Jones, but he's new to the team. I think that Malik Davis...
Okay.
All right, we're back, guys. Sorry about that. F Spectrum. So, anyways,
I'm not sure if that was a Spectrum issue.
I don't know. Anyways, the point is, Malik Davis, guys, I was kind of talking about him. I'll go back. Someone's got to step up in that running back group, right? If something happens to Tony Pollard, can Malik Davis take that next leap forward and jump in there and start some games? He didn't get any chances against the Niners when he was out in that playoff game against them, broke his his lower leg. So Malik Davis didn't get any opportunities there to run the ball. I think he would have been viable in a way to keep that little that we weren't getting from Zeke, broken down over years of overusage by the front office. So again, Ronald Jones, Deuce Vaughn, they have their first year Cowboys, right? So to me, and Rico Dowdle has been banged up. So to me, it could be any of these guys, but I think Malik Davis has the most to lose right now in this situation. So I think he had 38 carries last year, 161 yards and a touchdown, and he looked nice out there. I liked him in preseason last year. Keep an eye on Malik Davis.
Yeah, now, outside of the Cowboys bringing in, I think, some kind of outside running back, out of the ones that we currently have, Malik Davis does seem to make the most sense as far as being the backup to Tony Pollard.
And that's the key.
And kind of fitting the bill for the best balance all around. Like, for
that's
example,
the thing,
I can see how Ronald Jones might be a little bit more of the favorite for some Cowboy fans because he's more of a power back, but Malik Davis, I think, gives you a little bit of balance as an all-around guy. He does have power, but he's a little bit more agile and versatile and gives you a bit more of that, I don't want to say Tony Pollard flavor, but it's like Tony Pollard adjacent. How about that?
Look, maybe I think that's the thing. I think that Ronald Jones will do a different job. He's not there to start for Pollard. He's there to do if Pollard gets hurt, there's got to be somebody. Then Ronald Jones not the starter. Like Zeke should not be the starter. It should be a Malik Davis type of guy. If we get Zeke back, it should be Malik Davis. The power guy should stay power guy. Deuce Vaughn should stay the third down guy, specialist guy, and the third down specialist, that Darren Sproles role. And you got to bring your number one is got to be Malik Davis. And that's why I am watching him out of these guys right now, because to me he has the best flavor that matches the Tony Pollard flavor if he goes down.
Yeah.
Of course, not a starter he's not Tony Pollard style, but he can be that guy. So I'm watching him step up if needed, right?
Yeah, and again, it's up to Dallas to be open-minded enough to, consider all the various possibilities and how we can get it done, right? Like, let's not limit ourselves to just one way because of one thing. Although, again, if the rumors are true, Malik Davis is not having a great time in Dallas right now. So,
well, and I think that was more at the end of the season. He gave up. He kind of got really pissed and kind of was like almost got that give up feeling at the end of that Cowboy loss against the Niners. But I think in more recent times, he's kind of gotten back on the good side. That's what I'm hearing. I think
good.
So let's hope he still has a shot. Again, I think he has the best chance to be better than Rico Dowdle and could be that starter for Tony Pollard for a short time. Now, the whole season, probably screwed here, but for a short time, Malik Davis can handle that load. I'm confident about that, although there's better guys out there I'm sure we can pick up. Now, receivers, the last spot I'm going to talk about before I dive a little deeper into some other things. A couple last little comments. And, hey, we're almost done, guys. I told you it was a quickie tonight. Simi Fehoko. Wide receiver, step up time? Yeah. 2021 fifth-round pick, guys. Only caught 3 passes over the last 2 years. All right, but opportunity once again is here for him. And Noah Brown in Houston, it opens it up for him and Jalen Tolbert now. Fehoko is running with the second-team offense throughout the entire OTA minicamp. So we're seeing him as that 4th, 5th, or 6th guy.
He kind of should be.
Yeah. First team, of course, CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, Michael Gallup. But that 4 and 5 receiver spots are wide open. Fehoko is going to have every opportunity to win his spot there. The thing he fucks up on, he's going to have great catches and make some highlights in training camp. It's about game day. He drops the ball. He runs the wrong route. He misses assignments. And then he's not on the team again. Fehoko is good on special teams, but he's got to get better when the lights come on offense.
You know what?
That's what I'm waiting for from him.
This year is absolutely make or break. We don't really have space for a guy like that. So if there is an active improvement in those areas, damn, sorry, Simi.
Well, again, special teams is a big deal, right? But there's 2 other guys out there I got to talk about. Jalen Tolbert is a guy who's got to get better on special teams, but he seems to be kind of the leader right now as far as so far in training camp. Jalen Tolbert, another guy, one of these guys got to step up. Tolbert, Simi Fehoko. Tolbert also get every single opportunity to win that number 4 spot during training camp in the preseason. Everyone in the organization has spoken highly of Tolbert, McCarthy, and others, the players as well. And, his guidance, the guidance he's getting from Brandon Cooks is beyond words. It's beyond what we see on the field. What he's getting is the same stuff that you saw Justin Peters giving Tyler Smith and Tyron Smith giving Tyler Smith last year, and Hankins helping Mozzie Smith. You're going to see that same kind of teaching going on with Brandon Cooks and Jalen Tolbert. So he's showing already he's better with the offense with McCarthy. Seems to fit Tolbert's situation better. He's understanding it better, faster. And again, disappointing last year, no doubt. Is it a bust yet? I said this last year. He had a bust rookie year, but he's not a bust yet. Give me 3 years of shit, then like Taco. Yeah. Then we talk about bust at Taco.
He had a bust. He's not a bust.
Yeah, he had a bust year. Now he's confident, guys. Better understanding of the offense. Keep an eye on Tolbert versus Simi Fehoko versus Kevontae Turpin, my last guy. It's got to step up. Now, returns, we know it's more about because you have the opportunity to have returns, right? But similar to Fehoko and Tolbert, Turpin is going to get more chances in this offense. We know this from what we've seen already. We know this from what we heard from McCarthy and Dak Prescott. So Turpin, he's going to get many more offensive snaps. He had 62 snaps last year on offense under Kellen freaking Moore. And every time he was used, everyone knew it was a trick play to him, pretty much. Mm-hmm. So the Cowboys want to use his speed, athleticism, as a bigger factor on offense. A playmaker. We heard Dak say, get the ball in the playmaker's hands, referring to Turpin, referring to Deuce Vaughn, Pollard, and others. That's where we're going. These guys got to step up. And I just let you guys know a handful of guys. There's more. There's many, many, many more out there. But I'm not going to go to that. Let's just finish this up strong here. But let me ask this real quick to the chat. Is there any thoughts on any of these? Like anybody needs to step up or any kind of, just on this factor?
Scorpio did say, Simi has the speed.
He does, and the size. But will he have it when the lights come on?
Cactus G said, Rico's pretty good. Depends on his health. Wondering if he's healthy and still gets cut. Is it because his contract is running out? I
mean, it's both. I think he could be practice squad as well, picked up. But again, the injury.
I don't think he's played enough to where that would be as much of an issue. I think the Cowboys would be happy to keep him if he showed.
Yeah.
If he showed enough flashes and stuff, the Cowboys would be fine.
I think if Malik Davis shows the same flashes, they keep Malik Davis cheaper, but also not injured. And that's a key. I think Rico Dowdle, 2 years of injury, I can't trust him for a full third year, right? If he has to step in there.
Oh, cool. I agree wholeheartedly. He said, if 7th rounder Pacheco could start for KC in the Super Bowl, Malik Davis could have at least gotten a few carries in that San Francisco playoff
And that's what
game.
Malik Davis was pissed about. So
Yep.
I agree with you there.
Agreed. Mike Aldana throwing out there, Rojo needs to work on protecting the ball. He's a fumble machine. So,
He does.
where's our fumble machine?
What do you mean? Like, who's our fumble machine?
Mike Parsons. I was trying to make a
you almost got me
joke there.
Hey, SnugX wants you to do a Black Mirror reaction.
I mean, we could, but we
have to record it. We could have to record it and like post it or something like that.
Yeah,
separately.
so
We'll see.
we maybe can do like a post Black Mirror discussion or something like that, but probably not a reaction.
We don't really have much time. That's the thing. So we have to we're like middle of packing every day a little bit more. We just gotta go out of town for a while.
Streams are already in degenerate hours, so
we'll be starting at 4 a.m. if we start doing all our reactions. But yeah, we haven't got a chance to even watch the shows yet. We got to find time, right? So maybe over this weekend is our last shot. Father's Day weekend, we got some plans. So, it's going to be tough.
But especially, we still have, obviously, a few more weeks of this off-season left before training camp and all that kicks off. So we'll definitely be doing some more chill, laid-back streams and stuff.
Pretty sure the first 2 weeks of July, we'll have 3 weeks of July, we have a good shot to do a lot of things there, different things, during the quiet time, right before training camp kicks off.
Yeah.
So, is that it? We're good? Let's keep it rolling, I guess, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, just really quick, guys, let me go about again, you see the thing up there, position rankings, analytical PFF position rankings, not like positions in general. I'm talking about our Cowboys, where do we rank on these analytical breakdowns? So, per PFF, Cowboy players that are ranked in the top 10. Listen to this. At the quarterback position, Dak made the top 10.
All right.
At the running back position, Tony Pollard made the 8th highest ranked analytical running back.
All right.
Receiver, we got CeeDee Lamb at number 9.
Mm-hmm.
A little lower than I thought. Offensive line, we have one guy. And that's a guard named Zach Martin, ranked number 1, may I add. On the defensive line, we have one guy, not playing linebacker, playing edge. That's Micah Parsons.
Mm-hmm.
He's ranked 2nd at the edge. Pretty sure he'd be number 1 at linebacker. And cornerback, we have 2 guys, as you know already. Stephon Gilmore and Trayvon Diggs. Gilmore is ranked 6th. Diggs is ranked 8th. That's in the NFL, by the way, not just the NFC East or the NFC. So just want to say, we are ranking really high in a lot of these skill positions with some real analytical monsters. DeMarcus Lawrence probably is on this list as well for a run-stopping edge. So
I think the crazier thing is these are just the guys in the top 10. I can guarantee you we have like 20% of the rest of our guys are in that
10.
11 to 20. I mean,
Tyler Smith and
that is so
fantastic.
Impressive, and I think it's a very tangible way to see the type of talent that we have added onto this team. And I love the fact that obviously all of those guys were drafted, but I love the fact that we have a guy that we grabbed, like Gilmore. Sorry.
Yeah. We traded for him.
My train of thought there halfway through. But yeah, so no, just the fact that we actively made a move for a guy like Gilmore that is included in this type of list. I mean, that I'm just saying, like, not exactly very typical Cowboy behavior for these last few years.
That's an upgrade. We actually went out there and we went and got an upgrade, right? So that to me is a plus, at least one of the pluses from the offseason. But I will add, DeRon Bland, even though he's not on this list, I'm going to add him again as specifically a slot cornerback. He is top 10. He's 10th, also on this list, if you want to add him. So we got 3 corners on this list in the top 10. Regular corners, 6th and 8th in the NFL, and slot corner, 10th in the NFL. And again, Jordan Lewis ain't bad either. He's just going to have enough snaps there. He's in that top 10 as well. He has been the last couple of years. So we have got this cornerback lockdown crew here. As I keep saying, maybe after the duos, maybe we're 2nd or 3rd. When it comes to trios or quads at cornerback, we might have I think we have number 1. We're the deepest. So again, knock on wood, Jordan Lewis and everyone comes back healthy and is ready to roll with no injuries this year. That'd be optimal, right? But one of those guys, and Tony Pollard, right? Ranked 8th. NFL Player Association, they put him as the 3rd highest ranked. They call it Rising Stars. NFLPA puts this out. The 2023 Rising Stars list, they project, here's what they project, baby. Which veterans and rookies, but we're talking veterans here, which veterans are poised to have a breakout season, gain fan support, and ultimately rank among the top sellers of all officially licensed player merchandise. They believe Brock Purdy is number 1, Garrett Wilson number 2, Tony Pollard number 3 on this list. Already one of the higher analytical ranked running backs, a top 10 back in the league. Right now getting like top 5, 6 money in the league. But the point is, Tony Pollard, third on this list, meaning the point I'm trying to make is he's going to be selling a lot of jerseys this year. They're going to be selling like hotcakes. And
I can hear Jerry Jones' heavy breathing already. But
he's like, oh yeah, Tony Pollard holler. That's what my man Snug X here in the Cash App and taking the lead there and on the overall board in second place currently right now. But going back to our players, Dalton Schultz, gone. He's at Eastside Harrell in Houston with Noah Brown as well. But in games that Dalton Schultz was not in the starting lineup last year, CeeDee Lamb saw a target of 37% of his routes. He saw a target on 37% of his routes run. So he got over a third of the time. Whenever Dalton Schultz was not in the game, CeeDee Lamb got a lot of looks. Think about that. Now, we're not slowing down so much. Anything left over from Dalton Schultz that's not picked up by Ferguson or Schoonmaker or even Hendershot, number 88's taking that. CeeDee Lamb's coming for those extra receptions, extra yards, the extra targets. CeeDee Lamb's going to get more targets this year is what I'm trying to say. Now, the last thing I want to speak to, the last thing is offensive line, baby. And you can see that's really what this title is tonight. Basically, offensive line has high expectations if we stay healthy. And I know you have a video coming out this later on next week. So, all these things we posted from the wife's perspective. But let me just go on a couple quick little things here. I'm curious because, again, we look at the offensive rankings. They did grouping rankings, offensive line rankings. And the Cowboys, offensive line-wise, baby, pretty high up on this list. Let me explain here. First, let me put up these guys. You see Tyler Smith in the middle, Tyron Smith on the left, Terrence Steele on the right of this picture. Of course, we got Zach Martin. And don't forget Tyler Biadasz. I mean, I could throw up in there, Tyler Smith, but he's kind of in the picture already. Let's put Biadasz, the badass, right? I'm playing on his contract season. Listen to this, baby. Cowboys offensive line, we ranked 6th by all analytics, by Pro Football Focus, PFF, entering this year. They're putting us as the 6th best offensive line. The best guy's not even shown here, and that's Zach Martin. But according to PFF, the Cowboys have the second best offensive line in the NFC East. Also, the second best offensive line in the NFC. Of course, the Eagles are the only team better than us. And the 6th best offensive line in the entire NFL. Analytically, preseason here, that's the way they're ranking us. The reason is, if we're healthy, we're probably going to be a top 10 offensive line. That's a major plus. But again, the major question mark is healthy. Because number 77 ain't going to stay healthy. Tyron Smith. We know this. Is number 78 going to stay healthy as far as getting back on this team soon enough to start week 1? That's a big question. So it's a matter of staying healthy on and off the field. A lot of different stories right now. Who's the best 5 going to be? We know the best 5. But who are they going to be the 5 that are going to be able to make it week 1? So obviously, Tyron Smith sounds like he's going to be at left tackle. Let's reiterate that according to the front office saying this. Tyler Smith at left guard. Tyler Biadasz, number 63 right there, center. Zach Martin, of course, right guard. And Terrence Steele at right tackle. We know these are the 5. That's the best 5. They need to be on the field. But, again, the Cowboys may want to rotate and experiment some new, duos and groupings here to see how they look. But it's more about the future injury situation. So if the offensive line can stay healthy, and with our best 5 guys on that field, you're seeing 4 of them there, and Zach Martin, we're a top 5, top 6, definitely a top 10 offensive line in the run or the pass. Keep that in mind. So, to me, that's going to make life a lot easier for our team if we got that kind of truly, again, analytically, they're saying we're 6th. Don't mean crap until we see what happens in the season. But already, we're not going to have Terrence Steele will probably not be here week 1. I hope so. I'm knocking on wood. So, I must say, the main important piece to me here on this screen, not injury-wise. We know the injuries. Waletzko is going to come in there. Josh Ball, since he was drafted, he represents number 75. He's number 75 for the Cowboys because he represents the herd, or I should say, his old school there. I forgot the name of the school. They had the crash, the airplane crash. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I forgot it. I just slipped my mind. But Joshua Ball said this when he got drafted, quote, "It is my honor to carry on the legacy of the 75 men and women that lost their lives on November 14th, 1970, by representing the number 75 as my New Jersey number." And again, he was a different number. He switched to 75 once the cuts were announced last year. But he honors And again, I think it starts with an M. The team. Why can't I remember this? Oh man,
Damn it.
there's a movie on it too. It was a green team. Oh, I can't believe I forgot it.
Marshall?
Yes.
There
Remember
you go.
Marshall?
Thank you, Snug.
There he is. Thank you, Marshall, the herd. And so I'm saying that
Yeah,
he.
there you go. Cactus
Thank
P
you,
also
thank you.
By the
Yes,
way,
thank you,
Ashley,
Snug.
have a great night. Take it easy.
Yeah, we're almost done. We're saying goodnight here in a couple of minutes. But yes, exactly. He represents that. Josh Ball's gonna have to come up big, whether it's at guard or at tackle. Same with Let's Go. So I want to move to the center position just for a couple minutes here, and that's it. We're done for the night. But the center position again, this man right here, I think has grown with Dak Prescott as an offensive line center. Manages that offensive line again. Is he Travis Frederick? Of course not. But is he damn good? Yes, he is. A Pro Bowler, a top 10 center without question in the NFL. That's 32 of them out there. So to me, Tyler Biadasz is a key piece, a guy that stepping up he's already stepped up. But to me, he's the guy. The Cowboys going to pay him the money it takes to keep a solid center in the NFL on this team. I believe we should. I wish we would now. But also, it's not just the Cowboys front office. It's him and his agent and what he wants to do. He might want to wait, right? Probably it's better for him to wait next year. If he stays healthy, he's going to bank more money next year than he would if he signed this year. Tyler Biadasz said this today, though, on Good Morning Football on NFL Network. He said this earlier today, on heading into the 2023 NFL season. He said, quote, "It's going to be a big year for our team, the Dallas Cowboys, and it's a contract year for me personally." But he said what he wants to do is, quote, just be the top center in the NFL. That's his goal. And he said, my other goal is to win a championship. So again, Tyler Biadasz,
like that
mindset, got the right. And listen, if he's the best center in the league, again, that's his personal goal, right? But as a team goal, of course, to win a Super Bowl. If he's the best center in the league, we have a better chance to win a Super Bowl. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, guys. So to me, Tyler Biadasz, he spoke today. We might get some more comments throughout the weekend about some of the more specifics of what he said, but I wanted to bring that up because to me, his goal is right. It's the right thing. You got to be the best in your field. At least aim for that, and you got to hope that the rest of the team comes along and is able to go and win that championship. Head in the right place. I like this guy. And again, I had questions. He had to show up. He had to show me something. That's an example of a guy who had to step up. He did this year after year. He's getting better and better, and he stepped up. And that's what we need to see. Those other guys I mentioned, those are 15 guys I mentioned. We got to see those guys step up this year. Some of those, they're not all going to step up, but give me a handful of those guys stepping up, and we're going to be rocking out with our cocks out. We're going to be doing some good stuff this year is my point. So Tyler Biadasz, mindset right. I like this guy. Let's see, what the Cowboys do. Still a little bit of time to sign him now. I'm probably going to guess they're going to wait till next year and try to sign him for a cheap deal. He'll probably leave us, unfortunately. Because the Joneses, they're going to clown show it up, and then we're going to have to go draft another center somewhere. Now, baby, last comments in the chat. Last thoughts from the family as we get ready to wrap this baby up and drop out for the night here, right?
Let me see here. Cactus, you saying contract year for the center?
Yep, that's a big one. Some people don't talk about this situation, but that's a big one.
Yep, and he also threw out there, replacing our center is like trying to replace Dak. Who are you going to get to replace him?
Exactly.
You can talk about replacing someone that you feel is lackluster, you don't like, till the cows come home. But if the person you're bringing in to replace them sucks even worse and has a lower ceiling,
and maybe has to take more time to get good, to get to where Biadasz was.
That's basically like having an ingrown toenail and saying, okay, cutting off your entire foot.
It's just
that's the solution.
It just kills me that, like with Dak Prescott, a top 10 quarterback, like with Dak Prescott, people don't want to see, they think the grass is always greener on the other side. Oh my goodness. They forget about
you water it.
They forget about the years of Hogaboom and the years of
the grass is green
Hutchinson
where you water it. And I don't know about you, but Dan Quinn is one big
on defense.
Can
he's great.
Of water.
He's rejuvenizing our lawn.
I'm hoping that McCarthy is also,
as long as he gives us a little bit of a can, more than we had last year. We just need a little bit bigger can.
McCarthy seems like a bigger can.
He seems like a bigger bubble. That's all. We're hoping that's going to take us, the steps we need.
You call him the big bubble. Let's pop the bubble and then hydrate.
If he can lead, if he can do what he needs to do, just get us a little bit better on offense, that could be a Super Bowl run team, right?
Mm-hmm. So let me see. Yeah, Thomas Gary's like, so I'm on NFL Network this morning. So
there you go. Yep.
Ronald Rodriguez said, MCF, Zeke can sell more jerseys wearing 15 than Dak and Zeke on the football field. He's like, I'll be back. Just like the Terminator.
Jerry Jones can't wait to add that 15 and with that Elliott in the back.
So, and guys, that does bring us to the official end of tonight's stream. Thank you so much to our sponsor of the week, Marco Seppian, who's currently got 64 points left on that stream. Boss, what's up to you? Of course, SnugX, representing on the Cash App side of things, not just as the king of the Cash App, but also, I believe, leading it in the Cash App. He's
trying to go back-to-back like our 90s Cowboys, and so is Mark. I know Mark's not here tonight, but Mark also currently still in the lead by 4, I think, in first place, trying to go back-to-back as our sponsor of the week. And again, we're going to go live, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, finish up strong this week. And we're gonna have 5 nights, no MCF, but we'll have other things special for you guys posting throughout the week. But on top of that, and then we want your input and your 2 cents on things for the next 10 days on the wife's fantastic, what do we call it? A Cowboy Quickie by the wife here. So she did one today. Check it out if you missed it. She has 10 videos coming out all the way till next Sunday, I think we're going. So we're going to go and do this here in the quiet times. Because you're not going to hear much going on here. Cowboy rookies are leaving camp. And no more practice for another 5 weeks.
Honestly, I really wanted to hear, your thoughts, as in, our
the family.
Cowboy fandom's thoughts and all that on these specific topics that I'm bringing up. And like I had mentioned earlier in the beginning of the stream, who knows? Maybe some of those comments might make a future appearance here on MCF.
I have a feeling they will. I have a feeling they definitely will. Make sure you guys watch the video and comment below. Again, 1 out of 10 been released. Tomorrow, the next one.
Now, let me go ahead and do the final shout-outs here. Thank you so much to Rolando Rodriguez, SnugX, Tommy Montoya, Brandon James Shea, Cactus G, Thomas Garrett, Scorpio, Tommy Montoya, Ashley Simmons, Aztec Aguilar 04, much love. He said 20, Pollard will make Jerry holler.
Woohoo! Let's go, Pollard.
Stephen White, baby. Have a great night. Remy Solis, what's up? Burnt Bar in the house. Rolando Rodriguez, much love to you. Let's see. Cactus G in the place to be. Oh, cool. Hello and hi. Mike Aldana, much love. Landlord from Wakanda, what's up? Big Boss Man, hello and hi. So, baby, at least on my side, that's as far back as I can go.
Well, that's all I needed to hear. Guys, everybody in the house, thank you for joining us for another My Cowboys Family live stream. Again, an hour and 20 minutes. It was a quickie tonight. You'll see from the wife here and her quick 2-minute videos. And, we will mix some of that into the shorts so you guys can catch that. And topics broken down piece by piece if you want to partake in that as well. But we're done for the night, guys. We're back for Fan Friday tomorrow. Much love to everybody once again. Dropping the knowledge, dropping the love. But, baby, let them know why we do this here on My Cowboys Family each and every night. Why do we do this?
It's that navy blue, that silver too, and that star over everything.
Win, lose, or draw, good, bad, or ugly. Never forget here. We always rep that star over everything, and never forget here. July 1st will be 6 years on YouTube here on My Cowboys Family. The number one thing here now and forever, as always, say it with us and never forget. Go Cowboys! Let's get that 6 and beyond. Thank you all for dropping the knowledge in the chat all night long. We can't do this back and forth without your guys' thoughts on this fantastic team that we love so much. Also, can't do this without your drops of love from above, whether it's membership, whether it's Cash App, whether it's Super Chat, whatever it is. Gifting memberships. Like Jason Renfro and Skeptical Fan did tonight. Also,
sharing the love.
Yeah, SnugX dropping the bombs in the Cash App with Jason Renfro as well. Super Chats. Dwayne Broussard also giving the thanks on our videos. Man, you guys are really throwing the love in all different ways and shapes, forms, and fashions. So thank you guys. Can't do this without your love and support on that side as well. Now it's time for everything. All good things must eventually come to an end. And now for tonight, guys, we're about getting ready to relock and reload for a Fan Friday tomorrow and any of the news, info, and updates on our Dallas Cowboys. There might be a couple of short shows going on here this entire weekend, so you're going to definitely want to catch us. If you want to catch us live, be a lot quicker. It's not going to be the 2-hour streams, probably 45-minute to an hour streams. So make sure you catch us here live, and we can discuss our Cowboys over this next 3-day weekend. And guys, take it easy. Appreciate everybody out in the house. Maybe before we can drop out of here officially, what do we got to do?
We got to drop the beat.
Oh yeah, got that beat dropped, guys. Thank you for rocking it here with us. The wife the family, everyone in the house. Can't do this without you all. Hit that thumbs up, that like, hit that subscribe if you're new. Notification bell, you know what to do. And hey, some basic mathematics. That never hurt anyone, right? Remind every Eagle fan, no matter where you are on this earth, this planet, or universe, basic facts. 5 is always greater than 1. Oh yeah. And you can also tell them, cry, Eagles, cry. 10,000 days? Please. They had 18,000 days before they won their first Super Bowl. Cry, Eagles, cry. Here on MCF, the wife and I, we talked about it all here. And another Cowboys chat. Offensive line, the protectors of this team on offense. Hell yeah. Great discussion. Biotish, Tyler Smith, the youngins. And then you got the other guys back there. Terrence Steele coming back from injury. We talked about it. Backups, guys that got to step up. And this offensive line, can they be a top 5, 6, 7th ranked offensive line? Hell yeah. Got to stay healthy somehow. Got to do it, right? We comment in this chat if you're watching the replay. And right here, right now, remember, here in MCF, it's always about that navy blue, that silver too. And yes, that star always over everything. Never forget the number one thing right here on my Cowboys family. Much love to everyone. Have a great rest of your night. We'll see you back tomorrow for Fan Friday. Stay safe, everyone. Peace. And never, ever forget. Go Cowboys!
Monk on the beat. Monk on the beat.